Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and honored guests, good day. Thank you for being here today as we launch what I believe is a crucial book for our time. Behind Closed Doors, Male Experience of Domestic Violence in the Age of Denial. This is not just the release of a book, it's the beginning of a long overdue conversation, a call to action, and a demand for change. The topic at hand is urgent, and I believe by the end of this evening, you will understand why the stories told within these passages should concern every single one of us. As we proceed, kindly turn your attention to the screen for a few minutes.
You could tell me the truth! Why are you talking to that guy last night?
I wasn't.
Listen, don't talk to God. Listen! Why you was talking? I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
Yo! What are you doing?
Oh, chill. Yo, we're filming. We're filming. Look,
You alright?
we're filming a social experiment. Look.
You okay?
We're just
Are you
raising
alright?
awareness. We're just filming, bro. No, we're filming a social experiment. It's
You
cool,
alright?
man. Thanks for raising awareness, man. We're filming a social experiment for domestic violence. Thanks a lot, man.
Right?
Yeah,
You too? Yeah?
Yeah.
I know, it's a prank type. They do stuff like
yeah.
that.
We're just filming a.
I don't know about you, but... He's about to attack you right now, too.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, though, for
not a problem,
for saying something, you know. Thank you guys for that. Look, we're filming. Thank you guys for saying. Listen, thank you for saying something. We're filming. We're filming. We're filming on social media. We're just raising awareness for domestic violence.
Me again? You texting that girl again, huh? I saw that picture too.
I wasn't cheating at you.
Stop on the ground.
I wasn't cheating on you.
Serious? Are you serious right now? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Stop. You don't do that shit to me.
Cheating on you.
Hell. You texted that girl again.
I wasn't cheating on you.
I f***ing caught you red-handed, dude.
I wasn't cheating on you. It's allowed, not in the public.
This is the second video.
I didn't text her. I didn't text her. I didn't text her, alright? I said I'm sorry. I didn't text her, I'm sorry, alright? Listen, I'm sorry, I didn't text her. I said I'm sorry. Listen to me. I'm tired of you hitting me. I'm a man. Right? I'm a man. I don't want you hitting me. 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 I don't want you hitting me anymore. What are you doing? What?
Go away.
She keeps hitting me.
Go away.
She keeps hitting me.
Go away.
I want my rights. What?
I looked through your text and I saw her phone. Like, what the hell?
I wasn't texting her.
Last week I said, do not talk to that girl.
I wasn't texting. I wasn't texting her.
Last week I told you not to touch, not to even talk to that girl. I saw you hanging out with her, okay?
I wasn't texting her.
Okay, get up. Get up now. Get
I
up.
wasn't texting. I wasn't texting her.
You're gonna talk to me. Come here.
I wasn't texting her.
I
How do you know?
I saw her phone number on your phone.
It wasn't on my phone. Stop abusing me in public and embarrassing me. Stop abusing me in public, alright? Alright? Stop abusing me in public. Not in public. Yo, what? Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. It's my girlfriend. Come over here. Don't abuse me in public.
Yo, step away, bro.
In the first video, the same actions, two distinct reactions. One reaction ending abuse in its tracks, while the other perpetrating abuse. In the second video, even when the man is clearly acting within his capacity to self-defense, he is still treated like the aggressor. The question is, why this disparity in our reaction? This is the essence of the book. Kindly remember this as we proceed. The observers in the video come from different demographic backgrounds: service providers, police officers, child protection workers, judges, lawyers, name them. They could be you, they could be me. They could be the same persons charged with the responsibility for our collective protection. Just a thought exercise. If I should hurt any pet right here and now on this stage, many of you will react in a variety of ways. Fight in defense of the pet. Flight by fleeing from this room. Or freeze, being paralyzed on your seats, not knowing how to respond. Your behaviors, typical trauma behaviors, can eventually culminate in me being held accountable and stopping the violence on an innocent pet. But when it comes to male victimization, as seen in the video, his suffering isn't only denied, but his humanity, that which links each and every one of us on this platform, is utterly destroyed. For far too long, our discussions around domestic violence have been framed within a narrow narrative. The story is familiar. Women, the victims; men, the perpetrators. But this one-sided view of domestic violence overlooks a critical truth. Men too are targets. The denial of male victimization is not just a gap in our understanding. It is a systemic failure that leaves countless men suffering in silence without the help they so desperately need. Why is this issue so often ignored, we may ask? It's not because the experiences of men are rare. In fact, research shows that 1 in 3 targets of domestic violence are men. Yet, when men come forward, they are met with disbelief, ridicule, or worse, as seen in the videos. Accusations that they must have provoked the abuse. Our society has constructed a dangerous and toxic stereotype that men are always strong, invulnerable, and therefore incapable of being targets of domestic violence. But I come before you today to challenge that stereotype, to tell you that male victimization is real and the silence around it is harming us all. Consider Dennis, one of the men whose story is shared in the book. Dennis was not only physically and sexually abused by his intimate partner, but also subjected to emotional and psychological violence. When he finally sought help, he encountered disbelief and dismissal from the very services meant to protect him. Imagine being a victim, reaching out for help, and finding that no one is willing to listen or believe you. Now, imagine that scenario happening not once, but time and time again across police departments, social services, and even within your own communities. That was Dennis's reality, and sadly, the reality for many men. Dennis's story and the stories of others like him are more than just personal tragedies. They represent a failure of our institutions, a failure of our child protection services, our domestic violence shelters, and our legal systems, all of which have been shaped by gendered assumptions about who is a victim and who is an abuser. Dennis's partner even weaponized their children against him, a tactic known as parental alienation, leaving Dennis isolated and emotionally broken, his children used as pawns in a game of control. This is not just domestic violence. This is emotional warfare and terrorism. Take note my word for this. These are, however, the words of children themselves who have been subjected to this form of family violence. But let me be clear, addressing male victimization does not take away from the very real and ongoing struggle to end violence against women. This is not a zero-sum game. It is not men versus women. It is about eradicating all forms of domestic violence, no matter who the victim is. When we ignore the suffering of men, we are not just failing them, we are failing the cause of justice itself. That's why this book is so important. Behind Closed Doors is a call to expand the conversation. It highlights the complex, hidden realities of male victimization, revealing the systemic biases that continue to marginalize and silence men. It outlines solutions, offering a pathway forward for a more inclusive and effective approach to ending domestic violence. It is not enough to simply recognize the problem. We must act. And this is where you all come in. Each of you here today holds power. The power to influence, the power to engage, and the power to bring about real change. Whether you are a policymaker, an advocate, a service provider, or simply a concerned citizen, you have a role to play in ending the denial of male victimization. I want to share with you 5 key areas where we can and we must make a difference. Areas that are highlighted in the book. Trauma-informed care. Imagine that in your reaction to stop violence against an innocent pet is mischaracterized as you being my aggressor. The reality is, your reactions are just natural responses to traumatic events. Now, imagine if, when Dennis sought help, the professionals he encountered understood that his behaviors, whether they were expressions of anger, withdrawal, or numbness, were natural responses to trauma, not signs of aggression. Trauma-informed care would have ensured that he was treated as the target of domestic violence, not a suspect. We need to implement this approach across all services, ensuring that every victim is treated with dignity, compassion, and support they deserve. Anti-discrimination approach. Anti-discriminatory approach requires that we dismantle the barriers men face when they seek help. It's about ensuring equal access to support, shelter, and legal aid, regardless of gender. This book advocates for a universal support system akin to universal health care, where any victim is entitled to support services by virtue of need, not by virtue of their ability to pay. After all, peace, security, and health are universal human rights. It's important for you all to note that the World Health Organization, together with other sister institutions, have all declared domestic violence as a public health crisis, necessitating urgent attention. The proposed model of anti-abuse. This book introduces the model of anti-abuse, which focuses not on identity markers like gender, but on behavior. Abuse is not a gendered issue. It is a human rights issue. The model of anti-abuse, just like in the I Have a Dream speech by Dr. King, advocates that we should be judged by content of character and nothing else. It's time to discard the outdated notion that only women can be victims and only men can be perpetrators. Restorative justice. True justice for victims means more than just punishing abusers. It means giving victims a chance to heal and ensuring that abusers are held accountable in a way that prevents further harm from It means giving victims a chance to heal and ensuring that abusers are held accountable in a way that prevents further harm through rehabilitation. Restorative justice provides a framework for healing and accountability, and it is critical to breaking the cycle of abuse. We need to implement restorative justice models that work for male targets of domestic violence, providing them with closure and the opportunity to rebuild their lives. Expanding research. We cannot build a system that serves all victims if we do not understand the full scope of the problem. More research is needed on male victimization, its prevalence, its dynamics, and its long-term impact. Just as tools like the power and control wheel have helped us understand female victimization, we need similar research that reflects the experiences of men. This research will be essential for developing policies and services that are truly inclusive. Ladies and gentlemen, the denial of male victimization is not just a failure of empathy, it is a failure of justice. But together, we can change that. We can advocate for better policies, better training, and better support systems. We can ensure that men like Dennis are no longer dismissed or silenced. We can and we must build a society where all victims are believed, supported, and empowered. I invite each of you to take this message to heart, whether you are in a position to influence policy, run services, or simply raise awareness in your community. You can make a difference. This book is a tool, a roadmap, and a guide for those who are ready to take action. And by picking up a copy of Behind Closed Doors, you are joining this fight. The fight that aims to transform society in such a way that we act in a manner that ends abuse, dead in its track. The stories in this book are not just tales of individual suffering, they are a collective call for change. The time has come to end the age of denial. The time has come to give men the support they need, to end the silence around male victimization, and to ensure that no one, man, woman, same-gender loving, or child suffers alone behind closed doors. Thank you all for listening.